Okay. Hello, friends. Very good afternoon, everyone. If I am greeting you in only English, then I am monolingual. કેમ છો? મજામાં? If I know two language, then I am bilingual. कैसे हैं आप लोग? If I know three languages, then I am trilingual. And if a person knows more than three languages, then is known as multilingualism. Today, I'm here elaborating bilingualism, skill or limitations under entitled the paper English Language Teaching 1. Now, we should not use the word advantage or disadvantage of bilingualism because there can never be disadvantage of knowing languages, but there can be limitations we should try to overcome. So let's discuss bilingualism skills or limitations. Now the very first question is, what is language? Andrew Lynch defines this in bilingualism and second language acquisition as the language is the principal method of human communication, consisting of words used in a structured and conventional way and conveyed by speech, writing, or gesture. That there are four parts. There are four levels of language. That the communication, conversation, collaboration, and then co-creation. Now the topic of our presentation is what is bilingualism. As we referred that the bilingualism is ability to know two languages. Looking theoretical, that the others may be proficient in reading two or more languages or be illiterate. A person may be bilingual by a virtue of having grown up learning and using two languages simultaneously, known as simultaneous bilingualism. That Anthony defines this in article that bilingualism introduction, and uh, gives the types of bilingualism as a four types, that coordinate and compound bilingualism, simultaneous and successive bilingualism, additive and subtractive bilingualism, and the fourth one is elite and folk bilingualism. Uh, as these types and at this according to their names, these types acquires their characteristics, so it can be easily understood. So moving a step ahead, bilingualism and the processes and the features of second language acquisition, SLA. That balanced bilingualism and early age of second language acquisition as the underlying mechanism of a bilingual executive control advantage. That why the variation in bilingual experiences does matter. And Anthony highly emphasizes on the balanced bilingualism. And as we know, the process of learning or the language learning method, there are four parts of LSRW, the steps. And then he categorizes this bilingualism. That the category of bilingualism is very broad, encompassing the individuals who are sophisticated speakers, readers, and the writers of two or more languages, as well as those who use a limited knowledge of a second language, L2, who uses L2 for purposes such like work or schooling, and who may be literate in only one language or even completely illiterate. Now, the very question is, knowing more than one language is obviously beneficial and always advantageous. Then, can that be possible that there is also kind of limitation, or let's say the typicality? Of course, that the question is bilingualism typical of most people in the world? Then how? By giving the reason, Anthony declares that colonization, migration, nation formation, traditions of exogamy, and the modernization can be parts of that. So the features of this bilingualism is not just an individuals but also of the societies. if we take the example of Canada, of course, this is research in a larger scale or larger scale, that the Canada is a bilingual country because French and English both are their official languages. Yet, even though many citizens of Canada are monolingual English speakers also. So, how this problem creates or how this problem turns into the limitation. So, for that we can take the example of the character of Moini from the Happy New Year, that she gets unnecessarily impressed by the Charlie just because he knows English, or let's say he also knows poor English, but he knows English more than she knows. So, many a times it happens that in this bilingualism, a person gets unnecessarily impressed. And the another point is that there is a person knows two languages, but that person does not know language properly, or let's say knows the language but incorrectly. That the if there is a question of think, past tense of think, then child replaces that I thought, and end up with writing think. So there is simultaneous two process ongoing, and it affects also. So, and this problem is not only in kinders, but also in big people also, that आपका बेटा इंग्लिश में हर बार फेल होता है, मेरा बेटा इंग्लिश में फेल, impossible. It symbolizes that it is not that the person is not knowing, not knowing completely English, but he knows English, but it is not actually the proper English, or what word needs to be come out at that place. So there are the limitations, that the language fluency delay, reading and writing, structural biases, cultural biases, prejudice, the religion biases. Another one is mixing languages, being receptively bilingual, and the dominance of one language over other, or let's say first language over other. So let's try to exemplify this from our day-to-day life, from our day-to-day routine. That if a person is of first language is Gujarati, and English as one's second language, then many a times it happens that one tries to get a literal translation, or let's say the way phrases or sentences are spoken into first language tries to speak into the second language also. Of course, as we know that there are some words which comes out of that language only. So it cannot be possible even that the magajni kadhi na kar, that don't make curry of my brain, it cannot be translated. And the khakrani khiskoli sakar no swad su jane, that even if one tries to translate it, it harms the essence of that meaning. Another one is language fluency delay, that the person who is having as first language Hindi or Gujarati, and speaks in English, that it might also be happen that the thought process is ongoing in Gujarati, or let's say in Hindi, and speaks in English. So just because of that, what happens is that the word which needs to be come out on the place of English comes out in Gujarati, and it becomes English or Gujlish. That once upon a Kagra, that it doesn't mean that there is no English. There is English, but actually it is not the English. That the once upon a Kagra sitting on a bakra, Kagra very much pasa and looking hafra fafra. Reading, another limitation is reading and writing. Listening is something which differs, that because there are people that who can even though English is their second language, they can understand English quite easily, but yet they cannot speak. And many a times because of this happens that when one tries to speak, when one thinks tries to think in English, that thought process is just like a storm, but whenever it comes to talk, it's just like there is no words, or let's say according to this picture, there is no network. And the very essential is that the dominance of one language, dominance of first language over second language, and in this, not only the psychological prejudices, but also the regional, or let's say cultural, and the religion prejudices also plays very significant role. Because with this with these prejudices, one tries to learn this language, one tries to language another language, that there are some constructed biases, and because of their constructed biases, that typical mindset does not allow something to new enter easily, because because person thinks that however he will try, or however he uh, wants to get involved into, but yet one cannot, because uh, he cannot get over as mastery as one is having on the first language. And many a time is also it is said that ગમે એટલું અંગ્રેજી ભણ્યા હોય પણ જ્યારે કૂતરું પાછળ દોડે ત્યારે excuse me ને head જ તે કમાવે. Why don't they think that others might also be speaking something else in other language when this happen? But instead of emphasizing on this, another thing starts to happen, and being receptively bilingual plays very significant role, because when one when one when one when one beings that receptively bilingual, that they wants each and every the formation of the language, the way it is in the first language also wants into the second language, and sometimes it also wants exactly the translation, and compares also the words, compares that which should not be done. And because of the it learns structure of the and because of this same because it happens because of the same structure of the first language. तो अगर वाइफ को हिंदी में गृहिणी बोलते हैं तो हस्बैंड को गृहिणी बोल सकते हैं. Why we are not asking that? Why one wants to ask in why one wants to ask why one wants to call grahan? There is specific word husband. Then why this question comes out? And another one is structural biases, that punctuation marks or the grammatical errors which should not be done comes also into the second language. And this is not just like that. It comes into only the second language, but also comes into the person who if research is also says that if the person who mistakes which mistakes makes into the first language, these are the same mistakes keeps on coming into the second language also. That and let's eat grandpa, let's eat grandpa. That the incorrect punctuation marks kills the meaning or kills the essence of the sentences. And the cultural biases, as we know that culture plays very significant role. That there are cultural codes in each and every culture, and but due to this the person who knows only just two language tries to encode this within their other culture or other languages into their culture only, and looks towards the other language from that narrow perspective, or from that particular perspective. And because of that, what happens is that the importance of which needs to be given to the other languages is not to be given. That as we know that the names in language are differs from within culture to within not only in other culture, within culture to cultures also. That we know that चीन में ऐसे नहीं नाम रखा जाता है कि जो स्टील का बर्तन गिरता है टिंग टांग टूंग, but yet it keeps on coming as a jokes in within the language, within the code of the language only. So Anthony in his article Bilingualism and Introduction defines that the balanced bilingualism plays very significant role, that the individuals who has native components in both languages or roughly equal ability to speak bilingualism, because it is just like it is better if one knows only one language instead of one knows other language incorrectly. Otherwise, bilingualism is a skill, but it can be limitations too. So, my dear friends, I am trying to overcome above all the limitations. Are you? Thank you very much, friends.
Okay, good. Well presented with good examples also. Okay.